Hello and welcome back, children. In today's session, we're going to begin a new chapter that is fractions. So, let us understand this concept with the help of a story now. As you can see, there's a pizza delivery van. Over here, a pizza has been delivered by a cute boy named Rohan. Now, he loves pizza, so he ordered a pizza all for himself. But later on, he realized that he had to divide these pizza and share this pizza amongst all his friends. So he got furious, but he was kind enough. So he thought to himself that I will divide the pizza into equal parts. So Rohan decided to divide the pizza into equal parts so that even he can enjoy the pizza along with his friends. So as you can see, this pizza is a whole. Whole means one whole unit. As you can see, if you divide the pizza into 6 equal parts, as you can see, Rohan along with his 5 friends become 6. So he divided the pizza into 6 equal parts. As you can see in this picture, the pizza is divided into 6 equal parts. Right, children? So, if we take one pizza out for one of his friends, so how do you represent that as? So, one out of these 6 parts can be expressed as 1 upon 6, which can be read as 1/6. As I took one part of the pizza out of the 6 parts, I took out one pizza, so you can read that as 1/6. Similarly, if you take out 2 parts out of the 6, so you can write it as 2 upon 6, which can be read as 2/6. So children, you must be wondering, what is it? So this is what fraction is all about. What is a fraction, children? Fractions express a part of a whole. Simple. What does a fraction do? It expresses a part of a whole. As you can see, this pizza was whole, and if you take out some part of it, so basically it is a part of this whole pizza. This particular pizza is a part of this whole pizza. So this is what fraction is about. And how do you represent that as? Over here, if you can see, this is how we represent fractions. So fractions can be written using 2 whole numbers and a line. Like for example, if you take 2 parts out of the 6 parts, so you can write it as this. It means you are dividing the 2 whole numbers with the help of this line. Now let us understand what number do we put above and below the line. So children, just carefully listen to me. 1/6. Children, the number above the line is called the numerator. What do you say that as? Numerator. And the number which is below the line is called the denominator. Understand this, children. The number above the line is called the numerator, and the number below the line is called the denominator. Now, what is a numerator and a denominator? Children, as you can see, the pizza was divided into 6 parts, right? So basically, denominator tells us the total number of parts in a whole. If you see, this pizza was a whole which was divided into 6 parts. So it means how many parts does whole have? 6. So the number which is below the line represent the total number of parts in a whole. And the number which is above the line represents the parts taken out from the whole. If you see, in this particular picture, 2 parts are being taken out. So it means you write 2 above the line. So the number above the line basically expresses the part which is taken out from the whole. Clear, children? Children, one important point. Note that denominator can never be 0 because we cannot make 0 parts of a whole, right? So children, fraction basically expresses a part of a whole, right? The number above the line is called the numerator and the number below the line is called the denominator. Now let us understand this concept from your book Maths S1, page 164. Chapter 13, Fractions. Children, when we divide something into two equal parts, each part is called the half of the whole. Carefully listen. This is the whole, and if you divide it into two equal parts, so each part is half. That is why you say this is the half of the whole and this also is the half of the whole. We also did this concept in time, right? Half means 30 minutes. So if you see, this is one half and this is the other half. And how do you represent? There are two parts. How many parts are there in total? Two parts. And this part is called 1 upon 2 and this part is also called 1 upon 2. Right? So 1 upon 2 basically means half. Now children, similarly, if we divide something into three equal parts, each part is called the 1/3 of the whole. If you see, this is the whole and I'm dividing this whole into three equal parts and each part will represent 1/3 of the whole. Right children? Since it is divided into three parts, so number 3 is written below the line. And each part means if I take 1 out of this, so 1 will come up and 3 will go down. It means it is 1/3. Similarly, if you divide something into 4 equal parts, each part is called the quarter of the whole. See over here, this is the whole pizza. If you divide the pizza into 4 parts, each part is called the quarter. And you write it as 1 upon 4. Right children? So basically, equal parts of whole are called fractions. And a fraction basically has two parts, denominator and numerator, as we just studied, right? The number above the line is called the numerator and the number below the line is called the denominator, right? So, let's read some fill in the blanks which you have to do in your notebook. The first one is parts of a whole are called fractions. Second, there are two halves in a whole. As we just discussed, how many parts? There are two halves in a whole. A whole has two halves. Next, 3 1/3 make a whole. As you see over here in this picture, there is a whole which is divided into three parts and each part is called 1/3. And how many 1/3? 3 1/3. If you join these 3 1/3, it makes a whole, right? 1/4 of a whole is written as quarter. Over there, just have a look. A circle is divided into 4 parts and each part is called the quarter. And 1/4 of whole is called quarter. And 4 quarters basically make a whole. Isn't it easy, children? So you have to do this work in your notebook neatly. Okay? Now, let's solve some pages. Page 165 of Maths is Fun. Fractions, half, halves. The first question says, color the half of each of these shapes. As you can see, the first one is done for us. In this picture, there are 6 blocks. And if you take the half of 6 means if you divide the 6 into 2 parts. So, if you divide and let's color the half of 6 will be 3. How does that come? If you divide 6 into 2 parts. Dividing 6 into 2 parts, you get the answer. 2 3s are 6, right? So it means 3 is half of 6. That is why we colored only 3 blocks. Let's do the next one. How many blocks? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Again, you have to color the half. What is half of 6? 3. So you have to color 3 blocks. Isn't it easy, children? So you have to do all these parts on your own. Coming on to the next question. Color half of each set. Again, there are some images given to us and we have to color the half of each set. The first one has been done for us. Half of 8. Children, half of 8. We have to write the number in the box. First of all, let's count how many fish are there. 8, right? Half of 8 will be, we have to just divide 8 into 2 equal parts. Half of 8 will be 4. That is why 4 fish are colored. Similarly, you have to do the same in the next one. There are 10 butterflies and you have to color half of 10. What is half of 10? Yes, it's 5. So you'll be coloring 5 butterflies. Isn't it easy, children? You can use any color of your own choice. So similarly, you have to do all these parts on page 165. Now moving on to the next page. Page 166. Fractions, half, halves. Over here, again the concept of half is being used. Let's read the first question. Draw the other half of each set. The first one has been done for us. If you see, what does the question say? 2 is half of dash. So here we have to find out that 2 is half of which number, right? 2 is half of which number? So how is that? How to solve that? Looking at this question, in this column, there are 3 blue dots, right? And there is a question written, 3 is half of dash. Now, in this particular question, you just have to see 3 is half of which number? We have to find that 3 is half of which number. In such a situation, you have to multiply both these numbers. If you multiply, what is 3 twos are? 6. And how to check that? Half of 6 will be 3. So it means we are here with our answer that 3 is half of 6 and 6 is double of 3. That is why we multiplied 3 with 2 times. Right? So we got our answer 6 and we have to draw the other half. We know that 3 is half of 6. So already 3 circles are made on the left side. We will make next 3 circles on the right side. Similarly, 4 is half of. Multiply 4 with 2. 4 twos are 8. And we know 4 triangles are made here. We'll be making the next 4 triangles towards the right side. And after multiplying, we will write the answer 8 over here. Isn't it easy, children? Moving on to the next question. Write the correct number in each box. Half of dash is equal to 2. Now over here, we have to find out, already half is given to us, right? We have to find out the whole number. So over here, just carefully listen, we again have to multiply these two numbers because they're asking half of dash is 2. We already know the half. We just have to find out the number which is half of. So if you have to multiply this number with this number, what is 2 times 2? It is 4, right? And what is half of 4? It's 2. So we are rechecking our answer also, right? So similarly, let's do the next one. Half of dash is equal to 3. Multiply 2 with 3. 2 threes are 6. Easy, children? So you have to solve all these parts. Moving on to the next. Draw a line to divide each group in half. Over here, there are some images made. For example, in the first picture, there are 12 rabbits being made. And we have to draw a line to divide it into half. In half means into 2 equal parts. So what is half of 12? Divide 12 with 2. 2, 6 are 12. So it means 6 on the right side and 6 on the left side. Count 6 rabbits and make a line in between. Moving on to the next. Let's count how many children are there. There are 14 children. And what is the half of 14 children? Yeah, it's 7. So we'll be counting 7 children and making a straight line and dividing it. So this is how you have to do these questions. The concept of half and halves. I hope the concept of half and halves is clear to you, children. Kindly do the notebook and the bookwork neatly. Thank you. Have a nice day.